DeFi Darius, Digital Asset Junkie TV. Thank you guys so much for kicking it with me. Today, you guys, I am going to give you guys the easiest, the most simplest explanation of why XRP needs to be a lot of dollars, okay? All right, let me say that again. I'm going to give the simplest explanation about why one XRP needs to be a lot of dollars, okay? It needs to be a big number. I'm going to explain it later, but right now, let's look at the market. You guys all know the market does not like uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. The market does not like missiles in the air, okay? All right? Bitcoin's at 105. It's holding steadfast. Oh my gosh. I can't believe, honestly, man, I was laughing with my buddy the other day, and I posted about it the other day too. I was talking about how BlackRock was buying the dip, and the dip is $105,000. That's the dip. That's where we're at right now, you guys. Okay? That's where we're at. Things are looking solid. XRP is at $2.17. All right, so let's listen to Brad talk about XRP.
XRP is like a Bitcoin. It's a digital asset. It's today the third most valuable digital asset. And what we do is we take a transaction between banks, and instead of having a bank pre-fund an account at the other bank, which is how correspondent banking works today, the Bank of Brad in dollars would pre-fund to the Bank of Julia, perhaps in pounds, and then I would debit and credit that. But that means I have to pre-fund and have dormant capital sitting at that other bank. What we allow banks to do, we allow payment providers to do, is to tap into the liquidity of XRP liquidity. So today there's lots of liquidity between XRP and US dollar. There's lots of liquidity between XRP and British pound. And you could tap into that to move value in real time, in seconds. And even compared to Bitcoin, which takes up to 12 minutes to complete one transaction, XRP is extremely fast at about 3 seconds per transaction.
All right, man. So obviously you guys hear what he's talking about. XRP is pretty much a money processing unit. Okay. All right. It's sending money here. It's sending money there. All right. You guys tune in. I got a few other things I'm going to talk about, but at the end of this, I am going to give you guys the simplest, the most basic, the easiest way to explain why XRP is going to be a lot of dollars, okay? One XRP is going to be a lot of dollars, all right? All right, so you guys all know, my whole Barnes & Noble, Amazon whole little story. Hindsight's always 20/20, but we should have seen it. We should have seen it. It was in our face, straight up in our face. Okay, in 2006, 2007, we should have been scooping up Amazon. All right, that's why I'm here talking to you guys right now. You guys it's still not too late. Buying XRP under $5 is still a deal. It is still a deal. Okay, now I'm about to show you guys why XRP is just spread their tentacles across the whole financial market. All right, so this is an Ondo commercial. You guys know Ondo, the JP Morgan crypto.
Like markets can be. I've sailed competitively my whole life. Sailing builds mental toughness in responding to the changing tide. Building in crypto, that's like a really important mentality to have. I'm Nathan Allman. I'm the founder and CEO of Ondo Finance. When we think about Wall Street 2.0, it's really about combining the best of traditional finance with the best of decentralized finance and public blockchains. With decentralized finance, and you have this sort of one-click sign-in to different financial applications. Frankly, for me, it was like a pretty magical experience to be able to self-custody all of my assets and then with a single click, take out a loan from one protocol and then trade from another protocol. Ultimately, that unlocks more choice and more competition, and that's in such huge contrast to how things work in TradFi, where if you want to move your securities from one broker-dealer to another, it's a multi-day, multi-week process. At Ondo, we started out by building tokenized treasuries. In order to build institutional-grade products like OUSG, we really need to work with partners that have a focus on institutional-grade standards and 24/7 instant convertibility. It is
So that's Ondo Finance. So you guys all know Ondo Finance, right? All right, Ondo Finance is pretty much the Ondo token, I should say, is new to the scene. It's the new kid on the block. It's definitely a Wall Street token. But it says presents by Ripple. Oh my gosh. I never knew. Come on, man. You guys let me know, man, in the comments, please. Am I the only one that didn't know that Ondo and Ripple were kind of like in cahoots? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. All right. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick, and then I'm about to explain to you guys the most simplest basic explanation on why one XRP has to be a lot of dollars, okay? It has to be a lot of euros. It has to be a lot of yen, okay? All right? One XRP has to be valuable for it to be effective, all right? So if you guys see right here, it says in 48 hours, the XRP ledger will experience a major supply burn. Oh my gosh. As Real FI prepares to begin facilitating the nearly 654 trillion real estate market, the team has announced they will burn all remaining pre-sale real tokens. Over the next 48 hours, the XRP ledger may experience extreme supply shock. All right, so this is Sunday, June 15th, okay? That's when I'm posting this. This, obviously, you can see was posted earlier today. I'm about to post this video to YouTube at like 8 p.m., all right? So, as you guys can see, this post was done at 12:22. So, let's see. I don't know. Let's see. All right, so you guys, let's talk about XRP and what XRP is, okay? You guys heard Brad Garlinghouse explain that XRP is going to be sending money across the world, all right? So, all right, this is my explanation of XRP. Why XRP? One XRP has to be a lot of dollars, all right? So, when I worked at Home Depot, that was one of my first jobs. I was a cashier at Home Depot. So, when we're getting so many dollars, I think the amount was about 500 or 600. Once we get 500 or 600, we had a little, like a little tube that we put the money in. We lock it, and then we put it in like a little vacuum, and it sucks it up and puts it in the bag. Okay, do you guys hear what I'm saying? That little tube we have, that's one XRP. Okay, so it will be stupid for us to put one XRP in it and put it in a vacuum tube and send it. Okay, in order for XRP to be effective, you need to stuff dollars in that motherfucker. You need to stuff dollars. For XRP to be effective, you have to stuff so many, you have to stick and push as many dollars in that tube as possible. You hear what I'm saying? XRP is at $2.15 right now. You understand? Missiles is flying in the Middle East. Okay? We have protests, civil unrest. Everybody's marching in the United States. Okay? Trump is doing his own march, and nobody's showing up to that. The whole public, the American public, elected Trump. Oh my God, you guys need to be buying some XRP right now, man. Digital Asset Junkie TV.